In this session, we'll discuss about the stacking up walls and its technique, how to use inside the project. So for understanding this, I'll be opening the blank file again, the chapter 2. So this all walls you can delete. Just you have to unlock this so that any deleting or modification is allowed. Okay, so I'll go to the plan view. I'll go to the quick draw beams and columns. One story by default. You can go to all stories so that all stories will be applied. Here you can go for the 3D display, and then you can go for quick draw columns. Here you can have our column property, column 1 RCC, all the corners. I'm repeating same technique again and again. So you have learned during this session how to create columns and beam quickly. So here we're going to look at the wall stacking. Here you can see 24 feet by 24 feet the square size. So if you go for the wall stacking, here you will get the template. So which type of wall you are going to create, maybe this or any type if you want to create, that you can incorporate. So let us say we don't have this beam. And now this is 24 by 24, and when you go for this typical design, and here you have the sizes, the LX and LY. This I am going for 24 center to center by 24, and wall thickness you can have, and here you can see this 24 size. So in fact, if this is the 12 inch, so you have to minus 6 and 6 inch, that is 12 inch, 1 feet from all the side. So again I'm going for this, I'm selecting the design, and this LX is 23 feet, and this is also 23 feet because 1 feet I am reducing. Wall thickness you can have here, opening width and opening height, that also you can set. Go for OK. Now you can see exactly this will get fitted here, and in this way you can create your shear wall, and you can go for the 3D view here, and you can see across all the floor the shear wall is placed. So all these shear walls are typically related to the floors and corresponding the beams and column that you can use. And here you can see the opening also, that opening height also you can configure here. So like that you can have other conditions, like maybe this case here you have typical parameters. Here you can enter those typical parameters, maybe this type. So whatever the wall stack may look like, but the layout data you have to interpret properly, and you can even mirror about the particular axis. You can mirror this also, maybe about another axis. So this you can do the mirror. So all these facilities you can use here, and only for creating the opening here you can also see how much opening you need, how much you need to keep, the effective length, how much you need. So that all configuration calculation after doing, when you go for OK, and you can implement this and you can place it anywhere. Maybe here the shear wall will be placed, and that immediately you can see it here. So like that you can use between the story 1 to story 6, or from where you want to use, that also you can see a typical angle of rotation, maybe at 45, maybe at 90, That all configuration you can have it here wherever you want to use it. So typical parameters here you have to configure, and that you have to use. Here you can see the display, which particular floor you are going to use. This you can see in that particular typical floor, that will be visible. So while creating, you can create a particular floor, or maybe here I can keep while placing where story 6 to 6, so that will be displayed only at the story 6. But if I will go for story 1 to 6, and maybe this is 90, that will be displayed across all the stories. So this you can see across all the stories. So when you place a particular shear wall and you want to design, so typical parameters or angle control or between the stories. So story 1 to 6 you can see this, and if I am going for only at story 5, and that also I need at story 5, and while placing, that will be visible to this story 5 only, not that all. So like these configurations you can do, and you can create the different configurations of wall as per your requirement. So in our coming session we will talk about the unit system and other control, where you configure your country units and other peripheral control which you use for your project. Thank you.